green flag. Everybody.
Gonna be a wreck behind you, gonna be a wreck behind you.
So I don't know what to do.
Somebody put oil down. We're in the fence.
Are they flagging it?
White flag. Clear. Click.
Man, this is it. Check a flag.
It's the final countdown. 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 It's the final countdown.
The time for talk is finally finished. Because it's time to saddle up Mount Gambier, because here we go.
Firing back upstairs. Oh, McFadden on the back wheels.
Slingshots out at two-wheel to wheel. He's on the outside of J-Mac.
Here comes TVG. Slide job on pit.
Inside, also Michael Code in the 51. Inside he goes on Stansfield. So it's all rocking and rolling through turn 4. Nicola leads where Alex...
As they come on turn number 2, Jenny Line now, sneaks on the right side and nearly into turn 3. Stephen Lyons is the king. He wins the challenge.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the second installment of the Midget Super League, round number 2, travels to Rossburg, Ohio, known as the Big E Eldora Speedway. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. A driver's briefing happening right now. We'll get set into qualifying. We've got a full server. We're looking at 40 drivers signed into the pit area to contest the second round of the series. Of course, tonight not included with the speed week that we are doing over the next 2 nights. Of course, Monday, Tuesday night has already seen 2 different winners in the speed week, but that's more on that later on. As we get set for qualifying right now here on the program, we'll take a look at the drivers on the left-hand side of your screen. The top 20 will be known right there. And, of course, down the bottom left, that is the driver that we are currently watching at the moment. So, of course, one of these first cars to go out onto the racetrack in the 017 car. That'll be Dylan DeBono. And we'll try and keep up to date with quite a number of these drivers as they get set to tackle the Eldora Speedway for qualifying night number, or I should say more so round number 2. Dylan DeBono, the first driver, 17.781. Trent Gosley goes 4th quick. Lance Bainton in the 010 goes, well, he's sitting 6th quick. Darren Lord in the Arcticat Ford Performance 015 car goes 3rd quick. We also look at the TFH.com number 097 car of Caden Brown. Callum Davidson, 14th quick. I also tried to look at some of the other drivers on the racetrack right there. And the WB Concreting number 448 of Matt Reed. Matt Reed getting a lap in here at the Eldora Speedway. Got 90 seconds left in the practice session. Bob King, the quickest at the moment. Caden Brown goes 2nd quick. Callan Arthur, car number 32. Getting lap number 1 here at Eldora for his qualifying session. The best of 2 laps. And of course, with the inversion as well, your fastest qualifiers will start on the outside of row 4. Of course, a lot of points on offer for qualifying. That's where the most of the points come for, as the total points. You can get points added for qualifying, heat races, and of course the preliminary mains, and of course also main event. Callan Arthur, car number 32, 30th quick. Jared Steen, a teammate of his, 6th quick in car number 91. Let's see if Callan Arthur can better that 31st quick in car number 32. Let's see if he jumps up. He jumps up to the top 10 with a 17.469. Matt Hill, the Dirt Division, again, another one of those teammates from Callan Arthur and Jared Steen circulating around the racetrack as he's going to bring it back to pit road. So nice job. Let's look at some of the other drivers, and that's pretty much going to put to the field. 37 drivers have taken a time. So watch the New Zealand champion in kind of a, what is it, the 1NZ, but the 97 on the tail tank of this machine. In kind of a 97, it's Ben Morrison. Ben Morrison, kind of a 97. Again, tonight we are live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, so we hope you enjoy the show. Ben Morrison will not get a time in, so that's going to be no points for him. And let's move into the first of 4 heat races on the program for tonight. 8 laps the distance for the heat race, the top 5 going through to the main event. And of course, let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat number 1. Starting on pole in caliber 092, that'll be Lachlan Horton. On the outside of the front row at a position 2 in the Dirt Division, number 17 car, that'll be Matt Hill. Lining up inside row number 2 at a position 3, the 03 of Hayden Pascoe. On his outside in caliber 47 at a position 4 will be Brady Baldwin. Lining up inside third row at a position 5, the 006 car of Chris Ansell. On his outside in caliber 3, that'll be Lewis Hewitt. We go back to the fourth row, inside, outside. He won round number 2 of the Speed Week last night at Kokomo in caliber 021 car. That'll be Bradley Oldfield out of position 7. Tonight's fastest qualifier and bagging a ton of points here for qualifying. And in the Synergy Sim Racing caliber 51, that'll be Bob King out of position number 8. Lining up at a position number 9 in caliber 211, that'll be Aaron Hatton out of P9. At a position 10 in your 10th and final starter. For heat number 1, caliber 33, that'll be Tyler Maggs. So the driver's getting the Wonder Green signal right now from the iRacing flag stand, but of course also from Race Control as well. Now all starts tonight and all starts for the series will be on the green flag. So once the green flag is out, the drivers may get on the gas. Of course, no passing until the start-finish line. They do so, they'll be penalised. And Lachlan Horton and Matt Hill on the front row. 8 laps of distance here for heat number 1. Drivers need to get that tightened up, nose to tail. Green flag is out. We are underway. The second row is a little bit sloppy. Brady Baldwin right through the middle. He looks up on the inside of Matt Hill. Matt Hill now getting pressure from the outside of the 3 car, but it's down the back straightaway. Brady Baldwin nearly 4 wide into turns number 1 and 2. Hill runs the bottom side. 3 wide for third. 2 wide for the race lead. Baldwin, Horton. You go back to Pascoe. Matt Hill. Bob King trying to come through the field as well. Remember, he was the fastest qualifier. Tonight they continue to go 3 wide. Pascoe and Horton rubbing wheels on the exit of turn number 4. At the moment it continues to be Brady Baldwin out in front. Slider from Pascoe. Horton had to get on the binders then. That was a little ambitious, that slide job as Horton. And he was not making contact. That Bradley Oldfield in the 021 car. Hill, King, now here comes King, he's made his way to position 5. Again with the inversion, King now down to the inside on Matt Hill, into turns 3 and 4, they were 3 wide with Hewitt on the top side. Hill tried to come back underneath Bob King, but now here comes a 211 of Aaron Hatton. I'm surprised at the moment right now, Bradley Oldfield just struggling just a little bit right now in the black number 20, I think it's a 21 car. He's got 021 on the server on the ticker as he makes a mistake as Hatton and Matt Hill, they continue to race side by side. And again, that is your battle for the 5th and final transfer spot in tonight's main event. 2 and a bit to run. So make their way down the back straight away. Just in front of them, you see Bob King trying to put a slide job on Lewis Hewitt. Hewitt around the outside. Tip of the green. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 laps to go for Brady Baldwin. Hayden Pascoe 2nd, 3rd. Hewitt 4th is Bob King, and 5th. Well, Matt Hill. Not trying to give that spot up, but Aaron Hatton works up on the inside. White flag is out. Final lap. Final time for heat number 1. It's Baldwin continuing to lead from Pascoe, Hewitt, King, your top 4. Hill in 5th as they make their way off a turn number 4. Brady Baldwin down the bottom of your screen. Going to get the job done. 2nd at the line is going to be Lewis Hewitt, I believe. He just snuck home ahead of Hayden Pascoe. In fact, Pascoe just getting him by .013. Bob King 4th. Matt Hill 5th. And those top 5 drivers will make it through to your main event. Everybody else through to the C and B mains respectively here tonight. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 2. Starting on pole in caliber 098, that'll be Travis Castagna. On the outside of the front row, caliber 4, at a position 2 will be Trent Gosley. Ethan Cooper, car number 31, lines up inside second row out of position 3. On his outside in the Rush Sim Racing Pace Syndicate, car number 41, that'll be James Robbie. Lining up position number 5 in the Arctic Cat Ford Performance 015 car, Darren Lord. He lines up alongside car number 32, Callan Arthur. Teammate of Callan Arthur, out of position 7, car number 91, Jared Steen, lines up alongside Caden Brown in the 097 out of position 8, second fastest qualifier. And missing the invert again here in the final row, inside outside, car number 446 of Danny Vassell starts position number 9, starting position 10, car number 9 of Joel Berkeley. Heat race number 2. A show that should take roughly about an hour to run from start to finish. Of course, 4 heat races, a B main, a C main, a warm-up session, and then of course a 30-lap main event, I believe, to round out the night. Might even be 40. Have to check with race control on that one, but the drivers making their way through turns 3 and 4. The field needs to tighten up just a little bit. Castagna, well, he'll be getting an EOL for that one. EOL in his next race, that was clearly a jump start. Going to keep the same pace, and of course race control will be all over that one. Nearly 3 wide down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on Caden Brown. Oh, there goes one of the Rush Sim cars. Well, Caden Brown is around, and we've also got Danny Vassell as well. There is Callan Arthur in second behind Trent Gosley. Jared Steen rides in third. Fourth, we're going to go back to Ethan Cooper and James Robbie. Robbie slides up in front of the number 9 car of Berkeley. Cooper down low on the exit of turn 4. Down into 1 and 2. We got a car around. I believe that might be Castagna. Cooper, Robbie side by side. Here comes Berkeley trying to split the gap through the middle now. Into turns 3 and 4. 3 down, 5 to run. And the battle is on for second and third as well. Callan Arthur, Jared Steen. Look out, Jared Steen in the 91. Gets a real sideways, real crossed up there. Into turns 1. He's going to lose a ton of ground. As here comes Berkeley going for the slide job 2 for the price of 1 into turns 3 and 4. Cooper and Robbie. Well, you got to feel for James Robbie because he was in the transfer spot, but that slider from Berkeley puts him on the outside looking in. And the Rush Sim Racing number 41 machine. Also driving for Pace Syndicate, James Robbie. Looking to slide up in front of Cooper. Got to be careful because Jared Steen was also coming down the racetrack with a crossover from Berkeley in the 9 machine. Ethan Cooper getting into the wall and nearly upside down. 2.5 to run. Your leader now. Well, we got a battle on for the race lead because here comes Callan Arthur. Slider on Gosley. Gosley turns it back underneath him now. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Slide job by Gosley. 2 to go. And here comes the 9 machine of Joel Berkeley. He looks for the 2. He looks for the slide job down into turns 1 and 2. He will go from third to first. And oh, Gosley nearly got into the back of him. And white flag is out 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. Berkeley stuffs it into the fence. Trent Gosley gets upside down as well. Oh boy, not what you wanted to see. And how about Darren Lord? Right place, right time right now. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Arthur gets the win ahead of... Wait for the timing and scoring to update here. Jared Steen second. Robbie, Cooper, Lord, your top 5. Vassell, Brown, Berkeley, Gosley, and Castagna. Home in position number 10. So well done, Callan Arthur. Right place, right time. He gets the win in heat race number 2. Heat 3 up next. Alright, let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 3 of the Midget Super League. Round number 2 here from the Eldora Speedway. Starting on pole in caliber 017, Dylan DeBono. On the outside of the front row out of position 2, the 010 of Lance Bainton. Darren Palmer, car number 96, will start position at number 3. Car number 448 of Matt Reed starts position 4. Third row inside, car number 8 in the OPR entry. That'll be Damien Butler out of position 5. Aaron Humble, car number 46, out of position 6. Harley Smith, the 57, will start position 7. Zach Phelan in the 49 out of position number 8. Position 9 will be the 25 of Alan Soll, with Ben Morrison, car number 97, starting position at number 10. Again, that is a look there at your Ultimate Dirt to E starting grid for heat race number 3. Again, 8 more laps on the board. Top 5 going to the main event. Everybody else through to the C and B mains. Green flag is out. Dylan DeBono, Lance Bainton down into turns 1 and 2. Matt Reed into the wall. And he is upside down in a big way. As we continue on, Aaron Humble in the 46 car, the Yale. He works his way to position at number 3. 4 spot, you see the 49 of Zach Phelan goes right through the middle and trying to split those drivers as Bainton crosses over DeBono. DeBono now on the outside of the 49 machine. DeBono into turns 3 and 4. Here goes the 49 with a slider on Lance Bainton. Bainton gives that spot up, gives up the race lead as Zach Phelan gets to the lead in just a matter of 3 laps. In fact, it'll be 2 laps because we start lap 3 of 8. Humble now trying to work to the inside. Looks for the slide job on DeBono. And we'll get that on right now. So, heat races are pretty good for the time being when it comes to lines on the racetrack. A lot of slide jobs here. In the opening couple of heat races, Butler on the inside of Ben Morrison. They made a little contact there and, they fight it out for the final transfer spot. Again, top 5 go through. Morrison on the outside in the 97 car sits, now make that position 5 as he gets the job done. Makes the pass on Damien Butler. DeBono slides out, nearly got into the side of Bainton. Those 2 drivers starting on the front row. They run 3rd and 4th at the moment. And here comes Ben Morrison, putting the right rear on the cushion as DeBono once again. Look at Morrison. He wants to get 2 for the price of 1 on the outside into turns 1 and 2. He's certainly got a run. And that was close. DeBono, Bainton with a good crossover. And Butler's got a chance in these last couple of laps, I must say, because, if these 3 drivers, I should say, continue to have just a slider fest here in 1 and 2 and also 3 and 4, as we've got DeBono really got those internet issues really blinking very badly. And I wouldn't be surprised if that actually puts him a lap down with his connection issues to the server. We'll find out on how that plays out for the rest of the night. White flag is out. Final time, heat race number 3. 49 leads down the back straightaway. Aaron Humble, car number 46, sits in second into turns 3 and 4. Humble will stay low, not going to have enough to get the job done. Car 49 gets the win. Zach Phelan home in second. Aaron Humble, car number 46. Ben Morrison in third. Looks like Dylan DeBono will grab 4th. Lance Bainton rounds out your top 5. Butler just misses out along with Darren Palmer, Harley Smith, Alan Solitz and Matt Reed, who unfortunately only got to complete a lap and a bit after going upside down. And the 4th and final heat race of the night. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 78, that's John Schultz. On the outside of the front row, the 003 car, Callum Davidson, starts position 2. Joel Patel, car number 29, starts position 3. On the outside, the 305 of Thomas Paul, starting position number 4. Position 5 inside third row, the 011 Mark Horton. He lies up alongside the wall banger, the wall rider Harry Stewart in car number 11 out of position 6. Harry Edwards, car number 66 out of position 7. The 18 of Brett Jr. Morris out of position 8. Then we go back to Desmond Hallam in car number 40 out of position number 9. So 39 cars taking to the racetrack, the Eldora Speedway, for round number 2 heat racing action here from the Eldora Speedway for the Midget Super League. John Schultz and Callum Davidson. We get set to go green off turn 4. Green flag is out. We're underway. The final 8 laps of the heat races here tonight as we almost got Mark Horton going around there in turns number 1 and 2 as we look at Harry Stewart down to the low side, down into turns 3 and 4, trying to stay down low. Got Joel Battelle behind him. Here comes Callum Davidson right through the middle. He looks to slide up to the top of the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2. Thomas Paul, the 305 on the outside, got the rush. Sim Racing, number 66 of Harry Edwards on the top side of the racetrack. Battelle down low. Edwards on the top side, 3 wide down the front straight away into 1 and 2. Excuse me. There was a hint to 4 wide going down into turns 1. They go back down to 3 wide as we continue to watch your battle for the race lead. John Schultz, Callum Davidson. Harry Stewart with a crossover there on the 18 machine. Harry Edwards back there into position number 5. And again, he's on the outside looking in. Well, yeah, Thomas Paul on the top side as well. So 3 cars on the top side of the racetrack into turns 3 and 4. In fact, now make that turn because Edwards and Thomas Paul, they were both on the cushion entering turns number 3. Here goes Stewart through the middle. Joel Battelle half spinning the car, not sure whether there was contact there, and Thomas Paul around the outside picks up position number 5 from the 18 of Brett Morris. Good race going on for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Stewart holding off Harry Edwards and also Callum Davidson. Edwards holding on to 2nd. Can Edwards, Stewart holding on to 2nd. Edwards looking to get 2nd spot. He does so at the start-finish line. And with 2 to run, has anything got anything for John Schultz here in these final closing laps? Stewart through the middle of 3 and 4. Here comes Edwards. He won't go to the inside, won't pull the slide. In the top 5, any one of these drivers can win it at the moment. Stewart, he's fallen back to 3rd. Can Edwards get the run into turns 3 and 4? Schultz going to slide up, and Harry Edwards, what a drive, what a win by Harry Edwards in the Rush Sim Racing number 66 machine. Oh boy, he'd be super pumped about that one. John Schultz, Harry Stewart, Morris, Callum Davison, your top 5, Joel Battelle, Mark Horton. And look at that, less than a second separating your top 5 to conclude heat race number 4. And that is heat racing action done. We'll move into heat. No more heats. In fact, we'll move into your C main tonight, where we'll see 10 cars. In fact, 8 cars contest 10 laps on the board. We'll go trackside now to take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Ten laps on the board. Top 4 going to go through to the main event. Looks like it'll just be 7 cars contesting this one. Starting on pole, car number 33, that'll be Tyler Maggs. On the outside of your front row, car number 4 of Trent Gosley will start position 2. Alan Solwit, car 25, will start position 3. Desmond Hallomer in car 40 will start position 4. We go back to Lachlan Horton in the 092 out of position 5. Travis Castagna, the 098 out of P6. Matt Reed in the 448. In the 448 will start position 7. We've just got something to take care of quickly, so we'll let the C main start. We'll come back in about a lap. Well, crazy couple of opening laps in tonight's C Main. Your leader, Desmond Hallam in car number 40. Leads Alan Solet in second. You're watching Matt Reed, the 448, work on the inside of the racetrack down into turns 3. We go back to the fourth and final transfer spot. The car number 33, that'll be Tyler Maggs. Can he hang on? Lachlan Horton and Trent Gosley, both those drivers trying to take that spot away from him down into turns 3 and 4. And Lachlan Horton rails the cushion. He will move into position 4 as he sits right on the bubble. Meanwhile, battle on for second and third continues to go on between Alan Solet and Matt Reed. Five down, 5 to run in your C Main. 15 laps will be the distance for the B Main up next. And of course, before we get there, we've got to take 4 of these drivers from this C Main and put them into the back of the B. Look at the 92, the 092 of Lachlan Horton starting to wind up on the top side of the racetrack. And I wouldn't be surprised if he in fact gets the win here. He's by far the quickest car on the racetrack by 3/10, nearly 4/10 of a second. Over these past probably 4 laps, he's just been absolutely sublime on the cushion. As he now moves into position 3, Horton now looks for second. Trent Gosley's gone, Travis Castagna, they're gone. So 5 cars left in this one with 4 of them going through. Here comes Hallam sliding up in front of Horton, but look at Matt Reed working the bottom. 2 to run in your C Main. And who says this track is not racy at the moment? Oh, Hallam gets a little sideways in front of Lachlan Horton. He says it. He got tagged by Lachlan Horton, but that was all on the 40 machine of Desmond Hallam. Final lap right now, and Matt Reed 2 turns to go from picking up the win in tonight's C Main. Off turn number 4, checkered flag is out. Matt Reed will advance to the back of the B along with Lachlan Horton, who comes home in second. Alan Solet in third. He will transfer. And Desmond Hallam in car number 40 gets the final transfer spot into the B Main with Tyler Maggs, Trent Gosley going home in that one. $16 starters for your B Main, 15 laps a distance. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid to see which final 4 drivers will make tonight's main event. Your B Main lineup looks like this. Out of the 16 starters, starting on pole, car number 211, it's Aaron Hatton. On the outside of the front row, the 446 Danny Vassell will start position number 2. Damien Butler, car number 8, will start position 3. Joel Battelle, car number 29, out of position number 4. Position 5 inside third row, the 021 of Bradley Oldfield starts alongside Caden Brown in the 097 out of position 6. Out of position 7, car number 96, Darren Palmer, he starts position 7. Out of position 8, the 011 of Mark Horton. Fifth row inside the 006, Chris Ansell will start position number 9. Speaking of number 9, the number 9 of Joel Berkeley will start position 10. Harley Smee, car number 57, will start position 11. Thomas Ball, the 305, will start position 12. And we go back to our C Main transferees. Your C Main winner, the 448 of Matt Reed, starts position 13. At a position 14, the 092 of Lachlan Horton. And your 8th and final row inside outside, Alan Solet, car number 25, out of position 15. Alongside Desmond Hallam in car number 40 out of position 16. The top 4 going through to the main event. Everybody else, pack it up, go home, and you got a chance tomorrow night for Speed Week night number 3. Don Pedro NZ, thank you very much for that follow on Twitch, I appreciate it. We get set to go green flag action out of turn number 4 again. Gotta wait till the iRacing green flag comes out before you can get on the gas, and the green flag flies. Here in tonight's B Main, Butler leading straight through to the middle now, looking for the race lead. He won't get it on the back straight away. It's going to be Hatton and Vassell. We've got a car I believe that might have been Berkeley who was involved in an incident there on the back straight away. Well, that's going to be pretty much his night done and dusted. But look at Caden Brown. Slide job to the race lead. Danny Vassell turns it underneath him. So there's a sprint car driver in real life and a midget driver in real life going at it here on the racing.com service and right here in the Midget Super League live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Both drivers looking to make it into round number 2 main event. 30 laps right after this one. Brown continues to lead Vassell. Then you go back to Aaron Hatton in third. In that fourth and final transfer spot and hanging on by the skin of his teeth at the moment. The number 8 car of Damien Butler. He's got Bradley Oldfield tucked in behind him trying to work the bottom side now. Goes to the top side into turns 3. Again, these drivers are just going everywhere at the moment. Top, bottom, middle, slider line. Wherever they can find that nobody else is running on the racetrack. And they are certainly making good use of this big half a mile, the Eldora Speedway. Butler through the middle into turns 3. Slides up to the cushion in the middle of 3 and 4. Tries to diamond back down just a little bit on the exit of turn 4 as he looks for position number 3 from the 211 of Aaron Hatton. Vassell still rides in second on the top side of the racetrack. Then you go, of course, Caden Brown. It's just casually rolling the bottom side right now. He's finding the grip on the entry into turns 3 and on the exit of turn 4. And look at him, just not even halfway up the racetrack. Around this big half a mile, this big and wide. And you can certainly go 5 and 6 wide here. We've seen it before in a speed week last year. Boy, it was crazy to say the least. If you can remember, if you can't remember that one, but I can because it was one of the races of the year. So Butler's picked himself up in insurance position. He's made his way into position 3. Now we move Aaron Hatton on the bubble, and again that bubble might just pop because here comes the 021 car of Bradley Oldfield around the outside, down into turns 1 and 2. Bradley Oldfield picks up position 4. Can he hold on to it down the back straightaway? You're damn right he can, only by the slimmest of margins. As Hatton not going to give that one up either. So top 5 cars just moved away by 1.6 seconds over our 6th place driver, Harley Smee. Lachlan Horton again from the back of the bus. In this one, he's made his way to position 7th. Matt Reed in 8th. Joel Patel 9th. And Darren Palmer in position number 10. Just to switch that around because now Alan Solar moves into 10th. Palmer to move back to 11th. Meanwhile, Oldfield went down to the bottom side on your race screen. With 5 laps left to run. 2/3 of the distance complete. Caden Brown, Danny Vassell. Bradley Oldfield slides up. Now here comes Butler through the middle though at 3 wide in turns 3 and 4. Now Butler going to return the slider into turns 1 and 2. Oldfield, and this is what Aaron Hatton needs right now with these 2 drivers, Butler and Oldfield. If they continue to sort of slow each other up, it's going to allow the 211 car to come back into the mix and maybe get a chance at a top 4 spot. Is that Caden Brown that just went upside down? I think it might be. It is Caden Brown, so don't worry about those drivers battling it out for that 3rd and 4th spot because now Aaron Hatton moves into that 4th and final transfer spot. We got a car blinking somewhere. Jeez, that's going to be really hard to predict where that car is. 2 laps left to run. And Danny Vassell looking to win tonight's B main and start position number 21 in the feature. 2nd spot will start position 22. 3rd place will start position 23. And our 4th and final transfer spot will start position 24. And boys, look out because here comes Harley Smee and Lachlan Horton. But I think time is going to run out. Oh, Hatton out of fuel. He's got a lap too short on the fuel and Harley Smee. Danny Vassell gets the win. 2nd goes to Bradley Oldfield, Damien Butler 3rd, and Harley Smee. Because of Aaron Hatton running out of fuel, Harley Smee will get that 4th and final transfer spot, and Lachlan Horton missing out by half a second from making an alphabet soup run from the C to the B and into the A. As that will conclude heat races, C main, B main. We've got a 3-minute warm-up session. And then, of course, we'll get into tonight's 30-lap main event. So we'll take this opportunity just to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Pay some bills, come back in just a few moments' time. You're watching round number 2 of the Midget Super League live from the Eldora Speedway.
The time for talk is finally finished. Because it's time to saddle up Mount Gambier, because here we go.
Fari back upstairs. Oh, McFadden on the back wheels.
Slingshots out at 2 wheel to wheel. He's on the outside of J-Mac.
Here comes TVG. Slide job on pit.
Inside, also Michael Code in the 51. Inside he goes on Stansfield. So it's all rocking and rolling through turn 4. Nicola leads where Alex...
As they come on turn number 2. Jenny Lionel sneaks through the low side until the end of turn 3. Stephen Lyons is the king. He wins the challenge.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV. Perfect timing here as we get set for tonight's A main for round number 2 here of the Midget Super League live from the Eldora Speedway. Once again, thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. My name is Brett Wheeler. We'll go trackside now to take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 30-lap main event. They line up like this, starting on pole, car number 47, Brady Baldwin. On the outside of the front row out of position 2, car 32, that'll be Callan Arthur. Starting position 3, car 49 of Zachary Phelan. Harry Edwards, Russian Racing, car number 66, will start position 4. Hayden Pascoe, the 03, will start position 5. Jared Steen, the 91, out of position number 6. Aaron Humble, car number 46, out of position 7. John Schultz, car 78, out of position 8. Out of position 9, car 3, Lewis Stewart. James Robbie, the 41, out of position 10. Ben Morrison, the 97, out of position 11. Harry Stewart in car 11, out of position 12. Position 13, the 51 of Bob King, out of position 14. Car number 31 of Ethan Cooper. Dylan DeBono, the 017, out of position 15. Brett Morris, out of position 16. Matt Hill, car 17, starts position 17. The 015 of Darren Lord, out of position 18. Lance Payton, the 010, will start position 19. Callum Davidson, the 003, out of position 20. You go back to your B main winner and transferees. Danny Vassell, the 446, out of position 21. Bradley Oldfield in the 021, out of position 22. In your final row, Damien Butler, caliber 8, out of position 23. Out of position 24, caliber 57 of Harley Smee. There's a look at your front row, Brady Baldwin and Callan Arthur. 30 laps on the board here at the Eldora Speedway. Your Midget Super League, round number 2. 12-week series, I believe. Yeah, 12-week series. And we start round number 2. We wait for the drivers to get the green flag off turn number 4. And let's get dirty for 30. We are green here at Eldora. It'll be busy down into turns number 1 and 2, that's for sure. 2 and 3, 4 wide through this field. Down the back straightaway, 4 wide into turns 3 and 4. Oh, it was Morrison and James Robbie that was. Look at him, nearly 5 wide. Holy cow, it is on for the opening couple of laps. 4 wide again. They are all over this racetrack. And so far, so good. Let's keep it that way, boys. Everybody's showing some respect here in the opening couple of laps. Harry Stewart slides up and looks to take away a spot into the top 10 as John Schultz now moves his way back into that top 10. James Robbie, well, unfamiliar circumstances and unfamiliar territory for the 41 machine. Normally a gutter rat, but right now in the Rush Sim Racing, Callan Arthur, little loose there into turns 1. Nearly collects the wall on the inside there on the exit of turn number 2. And Ben Morrison now looking to slide up. Now the winner last week, Hayden Warrington, not here tonight, so we'll have a second different winner in 2 weeks, and that's good to see because, well, we might even just have over the 4 nights that we've had, including the opening 2 nights of the Midget Super League Speed Week, we could have our 4th different winner in 4 different races. Baldwin continues to lead Phelan and Edward, your top 3. You go back to Jared Steen, Ben Morrison, James Robbie. So right now it's certainly Australia versus New Zealand, but at the moment, oh no, who's Bob King avoiding De Bono there as Bainton comes through as well. Schultz, Oldfield nearly gets his nose chopped off. 3-1. Look at 7 laps completed. And we are still seeing 2 and 3 wide action. Right now we're sort of focused on the mid-pack area. There's some good racing at the back here right now. Nothing too exciting happening up front. Meanwhile, new race leader Zach Phelan over Brady Baldwin. So I'm going to put it down to a mistake from Brady Baldwin. Aaron Humble now on the inside of Callan Arthur. Looking to make a move. Oh no, there's our first yellow of the night. Callan Arthur going to be around in turns 3 and 4. In fact, he did a 360. We keep it green, so very surprised not to see the yellow flag come out on that exchange. So I'm going to tell you what, wouldn't this be a nice result for the Rush Sim Racing number 66 machine of Harry Edwards. He hasn't been productive as of late when it comes to the results department. Ben Morrison, Brady Baldwin with a big slide up into turns 1 and 2, but man, Morrison, he didn't really want to give up that top spot. He was certainly committed to the outside groove. Brady Baldwin again slides up to the cushion. Where does Morrison go? He stays in behind the 47 machine and follows him in the top side into turns number 1 and 2. So 11 laps in out of this 30-lap main event. And we've got Humble and also Hayden Pascoe fighting it out here for positions number 9 and 10. Again, fighting into that top 10 position. Bob King, who we've seen go quick time tonight. He's just fallen back just a little bit now, back there in position 11th. I'm sure he would love to see that yellow flag come out, but I tell you what, I wouldn't have loved to see this one go green to checker. Well, wishful thinking, it's a dream. And is it a dream that will come true? Let's find out. 13 laps completed. We are almost nearing the halfway stage of the race. Oh, we got, no, there it is. Brady Baldwin upside down on the back straightaway and not bringing a yellow out. So there it is. Yellow flag flies, and let's take a look now at your wicked cushion instant replay of the number 47 machine. So here's the slide job from Baldwin, just driving in just a little too hard, you'd say. So we go on board thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports and your onboard cameras. Just just that one tiny mistake. And that's all that needed to happen for the driver of the number 47 car. As that was the wrong car, so I'm not sure why that actually put us on board with Damien Butler. But he got his 5 seconds of airtime. Look at how close he was to the Rush Sim Racing number 41 of James Robbie. So the first yellow flag of the evening here tonight comes on lap number 14. And boy oh boy, it's been a busy race so far. The field doubles up as the 49 of Phelan has command of the field. The green flag is out. 17 down, 13 to run. James Robbie slides up, takes second away from Edwards. Edwards comes back at him now on the inside, side by side for the Kiwis and the Rush Sim Racing cars. Right now into turns 3 and 4. Robbie crosses back underneath Harry Edwards off turn 4. Here comes Hewitt in the 3, looking to get by Ben Morrison. So right now it's Australia, New Zealand, New Zealand, New Zealand, New Zealand. 4 out of the top 5 spots belongs to the Kiwis. And here comes Morrison back on the inside of Hewitt as Hewitt crosses back underneath him. Now down into turns number 1. Out of turn 2, it's Morrison with the crossover. James Robbie again on the inside of the 18 car. A little bit of a contact. No harm, no foul for the 41 machine. Gotta say, Edwards is starting to close in on your race lead. A slight jump for the race lead. Edwards, don't overdrive it, son. Oh no, car into the outside wall. Bob King, I believe that might be. The 51 upside down. Let's take a look now at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. And again, I think it might have been the case of just overdriving it just a little bit. Not too sure. We'll take a look here on your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Keep it on the 51 car. In fact, it was a slider there from, I believe, the 021 car. Again, we go on board thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports with your Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras. It was Bradley Oldfield. And I'm not sure whether he had enough time to back out of the throttle on that one. That's race control's call, and that one will stay out of it. Again, this is from the left side of the cockpit on Bob King's car. So, again, Butler getting another second bit of airtime on the replay. Bob King, regardless of the situation here, would not be too happy that his night has ended upside down. Nonetheless, he bagged some good qualifying points. And, of course, the total points for the season. Of course, that will be tallied up from qualifying, heat races, and of course the main event. Now, of course, because we are inside of 10 laps to go, we are single file restarts. And let's take a look at the back of your race leader, looking out from behind of the field, the 49 of Zach Phelan. Harry Edwards sits in second. We watch the restart here. He can go any time. The pace truck is in and 6 laps left to run. Phelan got a good start from Edwards. Edwards slides up. Not going to clear him, so he backs out. Hewitt now challenges for third. Down the back straightaway on the inside of James Robbie. Will he get second? He does it in deep into 3. He does. Edwards, you're seeing the front end of Edwards' car just sort of dip down into the racetrack. Well, that's because he got on the binders. Robbie with a slider. Oh no, James Robbie upside down. He's going for a ride. We'll be able to take some good photos of that one. The yellow flag flies here, and we'll take a look now at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. And a good battle between Edwards, Hewitt, and James Robbie. And James Robbie, unfortunately, Again, in the unfamiliar territory on the top side, he should have stuck to what he knows best. In run on the bottom side, no, good guy James Robbie. Just drove it in just a little too hard, and the right rear just jumped the cushion and tagged the wall, and of course a couple of cars getting a piece of the number 41 machine. And of course, let's take a look here at the onboard shot. And look at that shot, Russian racing on the side of that car. And just when you didn't want that to happen, the 41 goes upside down. So back to live pictures here at the Eldora Speedway. A green-white checker incoming to hopefully close the second round of the Midget Super League in the books here at the Eldora Speedway. We had a good 13-14 green flag run there, and we've had our third caution in the space of about 14 laps. So, you know, you take the good with the bad, but these drivers have certainly done a hell of a show, considering that the track conditions at the moment are very, very slick. So green-white checker to come out here. Phelan, Hewitt and Edwards. Who is going to stand on the top step of the podium here on the front straightaway? Green flag is out. We are underway. A mile to run. Edwards with an ambitious slider into turns 1 and 2. Hewitt are looking to get a run on the outside down into turns 3 and 4. Phelan slides up, as does, and look at the 18 putting a slider there on Edwards. White flag is out. Final lap, final time. We race it out to the start finish line. Hewitt can't put the move on Edwards. On Phelan. 3 and 4 for the final time. Round number 2 of the Midget Super League belongs to Zach Phelan. Hewitt's got a run on the inside. No, Zach Phelan gets the win. Second, we'll go to Hewitt, and Harry Edwards comes home in position number 3. And what better way to take a look now here at your JR Productions and Media unofficial results. Getting the win, car number 49 of Zach Phelan home in second, car number 3 Lewis Hewitt, and Harry Edwards comes home in position at number 3. Brett Morris home in 4th, Harley Smee rounds out your top 5. Aaron Humble home in position 6, Jared Steen, Matt Hill, Danny Vassell and Darren Lord round out your top 10. Over the page we look at 11th through to 20th. Bradley Oldfield, Callum Davidson, James Robbie, Hayden Pascoe, Ben Morrison your top 15. Lance Bainton, Dylan DeBono, Damien Butler, John Schultz and Bob King home in position number 20. 21st through to 24th, Ethan Cooper, Brady Baldwin, Callan Arthur and Harry Stewart home in position number 24. We'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and come back in just a few moments' time. We'll chat with our top 3 post-race interviews here in just a few moments' time. Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll go down and chat with a couple of our drivers on the podium here And first of all, getting the job done in car number 49 home in first place tonight is going to be Zach Phelan. Zach, congratulations on this victory. Well, what a race. 30 laps. You guys got a good green flag stint to finish that one off, and then a green white checker to finish that one. How was that?
Hard work. Just trying to sort of keep the car straight, not hit the fence. Track was pretty tricky, but yeah, just sort of pretty stoked, to be honest. First major league win for me, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, it didn't come all too easy because you had a good battle at the start of that race, but then, of course, late in that race on the green-white checker, you had Hewitt there who was always going to throw those big sliders there. Talk about what was going through your mind going down the back straight away with that green-white checker.
Yeah, I knew Lewis was behind me, and then, like, not talking down on Harry or anything, but, I mean, Lewis is behind you, you're sort of thinking, okay, how much longer can I hold on to this? But, yeah, it was good to have a couple of sliders throwing back and forth with him there, and just good. Stoked to have the car speed to sort of race with those guys after just not having much time to get on these days, just having a newborn, and as you know yourself, it's family does get in the way of stuff like this sometimes, and yeah, just stoked to have the car speed and not fence it after having so much time away from the sim.
Well, congratulations on the win. You're the second different winner in 2 weeks here at the Midget Super League. We'll let you get back to celebrating. But before we do, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff. Who makes it happen for you?
The guys at One Performance Racing. Every day just getting better and better as a bunch of dudes, and just getting everything sort of sorted as a team. Euros Driver Performance, Pagnian Imports, OK Clothing, ZP Imaging, and yeah, just as like you guys for putting on the series, you for broadcasting it. I know you've taken a bit of time yourself out to broadcast it, so yeah, just thanks to everyone that made the series happen and giving us a place to race.
All right, there we go. Zach Phelan home in first place here tonight. We'll jump down and skip second for some unknown reason. He doesn't want to chat, but it is what it is. We'll chat to our third place driver here tonight, and well, he'd be absolutely thrilled about this result. It's about time that he's had a good result. Harry Edwards, third place run. Boy, oh boy. It started in your heat race. You made a move on the outside of the last lap. You get the win. And man, you had a good run tonight. Talk about your race.
Oh man, I'm so stoked. I honestly can't believe it. Like, I finally had luck in my thing. Now in the heat, I had a good run on the top, and I knew I was going good, and I kind of found a line that I was comfortable with, and I finally was comfortable, and I made the pass. He left the door open, so you know what? I'll take that door and I'll go straight through it. But and then it came to the feature, a little bit more nervous, but the feature went well. It was pretty hard, pretty challenging, the track at the moment. Oh, it was pretty challenging. It was a really short line between the wheel and the wall. It was pretty dreadful.
What was going to be the game plan? What was going to be the plan of attack? What were you going to be happy with going into this 30-lap feature? I think you started on the outside of row 2, so you had a good starting spot, you had good position, you had good speed. What was the focus? What was the game plan? And what was going to be a position overall that you were going to be happy with?
Well, me and Brett decided we wanted to go low on fuel, so we went about 10 gals, and we got about like 15 laps into it, and I think both of us was sweating up a storm. But no, I just honestly, I just wanted to finish the race, to be honest. That was my whole goal. You probably know that I don't finish a lot of features, but getting a third place, man, that's a huge bonus for me. For getting a finish and also getting a third place is pretty good. Well,
you come away with the third place run here tonight. You put a couple of sort of ambiguous sliders there during that race, and I'm not going to lie, I thought you were going to take a couple of people out, but thankfully didn't. You bring the 66 Rush Sim Racing home in third place. We'll let you get out and celebrate a well-deserved third place run. We'll let you thank some sponsors as well, Chief.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Rush Sim Racing. That's really it. Just Rush, Ryan, Brett. I'd like to thank Ultimate Dirt TV for coming out and doing always a great job. I'd like to thank Dean, Alan, Steve, all the admins that put on the show. Honestly, like, this is like, I forget Ricey. Crazy. Oh, and Ricey. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see his name in there. Sorry, but like, yeah, honestly, just thanks to everyone. Like, honestly.
Well done on third, mate.
So, thank you, Brett.
There we go. He finally gets to have a chat to us. Harry Edwards home in third place. Second was Lewis Stewart. And we're not going to speculate on what's going on, but we'll leave that to race control. And again, round number 2 is completed here at the Eldora Speedway. Well done to Zach Phelan on getting his first win of the season. Of course, 2 different winners in 2 different weeks of the series. Of course, you throw in those extra 2 races at Speed Week, and that makes it 4 from 4 for 4 different winners. Not one driver has yet to double up in the win columns. That'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, a big thank you to JR Productions and Media for the naming rights sponsors of the event. Of course, a big shout out and a big thank you to Rush Sim Racing, TXR Engineering, and everybody that helps put this league on. Of course, all the admins behind the scenes, they do a wonderful job. And of course, round 3 next week, live from about 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Times. Tomorrow night, the night 3 of the Midget Super League Speed Week travels to the newly anticipated Fairbury Speedway. In fact, I'm not sure if that's going to be out tomorrow night or tomorrow morning or Thursday morning. Of course, we'll have to wait and find out. If it's not Fairbury, we might push Fairbury back to the final night. But keep an eye out on the Midget Super League Facebook page. Of course, a big shout out to our wonderful sponsors and partners here for what could be the third last time in the season for these guys. And of course, some of these sponsors coming back, some of them not. And of course, we'll thank those guys. Well, big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, iCore Leagues, JR Productions and Media, Black Diamond Motorsports, Monsters of Dirt, and iRacing iFlags. You can check them out on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. Click on the sponsors tab. You can also keep up to date with what we've got going on throughout the week. Go to click on the schedule tab as well. And on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.